that nobody's going to think of. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Midday Market Update. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. First trading day of the week. Hopefully, everybody had a great weekend. What happened with DFEN? It lost most of its value in 30 minutes. Vitalik, I don't know. We may have to take a look at that stock to see what happened. Most likely, it was some, remember, Boeing plays a big role in that whole ETF, right? Because Boeing is part of the aerospace and defense. And we know that Boeing had to scrub its latest Starlink mission again, probably pushing Boeing down. That's going to be my first assumption, Vitalik. Without knowing much about what's going on with it today, that's going to be my first assumption. If you can hear me loud and clear, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. Good afternoon, Jake. One of the two people that do call me Dr. Glenn. That's you and Steve Chappell. So again, if you can hear me loud and clear, let me know, preferably by typing VV Nation in the room to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. Joey's in the background. Happy Monday to Joey. Happy Monday to you, Joey. Say hi to VV Nation, Joey.
Hi, VV Nation. Happy Monday, Glenn.
There you go. All right. So we're going to get through, hot stock picks for the week. That's the title. And it's interesting as we watch, looking at the home page, we are flashing a confirmed down. We are flashing a confirmed down on the program. All right. It's not going to stay that way unless it closes that way. So the market has gone down for 2 consecutive 5-day periods, and the buy to sell ratio is below the value of 1. So we'll see if the market closes with that confirmed down, and that puts a little chink in my armor in regards to my Monday video. My 6 p.m. video is my top weekly picks, but it's the first trading day of the month as well, so I'm probably going to do top weekly and monthly picks for both the U.S. and Canada. Just need to see how I need to work it out based on the look of the market. So we'll see what's going on. So, but don't forget, always check in on Mondays. The 6 p.m. video is always my top weekly picks for the U.S. and for Canada. One of the few times where I do talk about Canadian stocks. So we'll keep that in mind. Looking at today's market, we are a mixed market. The NASDAQ is slightly up. Well, a lot of that is because of AMD and Nvidia are pulling the NASDAQ up. And AMD, excuse me, is going after Nvidia with chips. Nvidia has got a new platform coming out called Rubin in 2026. Man, Nvidia is just hard to stop. And I did get out of my NVDL on Friday because of the look of the market. I made about 50%. And guess what? I did a video on Nvidia where I gave a price target of $1,100. Last time I checked, it was trading at about $1,130. So, man, what is it? It's trading at $1,135. How about that? Twice I've given price targets on Nvidia, and twice they've come through to fruition. So, if you're brand new to the channel and you want to get those kinds of picks before they happen, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Go down to the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. You'll be alerted to when new videos, new content comes out so that you're going to be in the know with the kind of insight that we can give to you on a daily basis. It's not just videos. Ryan did 2 shorts today as well. So Ryan for the channel is the king of shorts, man. He puts out a lot of great short content. Please make sure that you watch that. And if you are part of VV Nation, a part of the channel, man, support the channel. We put a lot of work into the content that we get out there for you. All right. Anyone knows what happened to Nvidia when Nvidia splits? I think the price on both will go down, Stacy. All right. That's just going to happen. The price is going to go down on both. And hopefully with all of the momentum that it has, it gets more people into the stock at a lower price, which I think it will overcome the pullback probably very quickly. All right, so when the stock splits, it automatically brings down the value of the stock or the price of the stock. And then, now more people have the opportunity to get in. I think the price is going to go up again in a big, big way. So that's how that happens, Stacy. Top weekly picks are great. Ship is a favorite some time ago. Heard it here first. Thank you for that, Oliver. Again, that's why I wanted to reach out to all of the people who are brand new to the channel. If you're not a member, a subscriber to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. All right. So looking at the homepage, mixed market day, even though we're getting, possibly flashing a confirmed down call, what's the majority of the color in the color guard? Yellow. So even with that, I'm probably going to push for tonight's video to still be more bullish in the market, but I'm probably going to put a hedge in there both for the U.S. market and for the Canadian market as well. Any Fidelity customers here? Fitz is asking. Hold Nvidia through the split though. Stacy, that's your choice. I took my profit. I was up about 50% on NVDL. I took my profit off the table. I'll wait until after the split. That will get me back into NVDL at a lower price so that I can ride it back up. That's my 2 cents when it comes into that. I don't want you guys to give up on what you've made on the trade. And that was my thinking, that I made the money on it. I'm taking that off the table. And then after the split, which is going to happen in about 4 days, which is going to happen in about 4 days on the 7th, I'll take a look. I'll reassess. And then I'll jump back in at, when I feel it's the right time. Jake says he's holding his, though. Jake says he's going to hold it. Ron says, what happens to the options when there's a stock split? The options will split as well. The options will drop down in price as well because they'll have new strike prices. Based on the price, the strike prices will change, the open interest and the volume will change, all of those different things. So again, personally, did I not? Can you check? I
did check.
So I did do it, right?
No.
I did not?
No.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Hold on. Oh, did I not hit the son of a gun?
I already said one.
All right, thank you. I said it and then I didn't. Son of a gun. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I know I put it through, but I didn't hit the send button. It was my fault. That was totally all my fault.
What?
Oh, yeah. I always admit when it's my fault, Joey. Don't even start. It's you. It's you that never admits when it's your fault. It's always you. All right. So, I called them and they're working on it. That's something that great. All right. Okay. Thanks. Me too. I already have Nvidia long and won't touch that. Maybe I'll take on NVDL. Yeah. I just gave you my choice. I took my profit prior to the split. And what that will allow me to do is take my profit, and then after the split, I can get in at a lower price, and then we'll ride it back up again. Thank you for being Joey. I must have hit. I just heard my iPad go cha-ching, so I think it must have hit. Sigh. What idiot sets the alert and doesn't set the alert? I don't know. All right, let's go look at the market timing graph. Joey got real quiet. That's right. That's the smart thing to do, Joey, is just get real quiet. Intraday, this is what's going on in the market today. The market's pulling back. This is on the VVC. Looks like we did gap up this morning. Would be nice if I put this on to program. There we go. It looks like we gapped up this morning and then just faded down. All right. I saw there was an exchange issue with misquoting prices. Yeah, the New York Stock Exchange had Berkshire Hathaway going down 99%. Good morning, Deborah Ann. So, a lot of people were talking about it. Now, before anybody talks, thank you, Joey. Before anybody says that it was anything to do with us, it had nothing to do with us. It was the New York Stock Exchange. So it's technology. Technology has a way of sometimes not coming through for you. So intraday, that's what we're looking like on the VectorVest composite. Let's put this on a 3-month graph. And there we are. So the market's been range bound. All right. The market's been range bound. A big drop today. Prior to this swing, we are now back towards the levels of support, which is sitting at a value of about 65.29, which is playing it off of this level of support. So the market's going up and down. A lot of it is news driven. A lot of it is still looking at the information that comes out from inflation information. I still think that we're in a situation where inflation is still sticky. All right, I guess that's the better word, not hot, not cold, but it's sticky. And based on sticky and understanding that we really may not get a rate decrease this year, I think is wearing heavy on retail investors. So a big down day today. I do have a hard line right now, intermediately on the composite of 65.29, a 65.29. So, and I'm looking at the underlying trend of the market. We're not anywhere close to looking for a bottom yet, even coming off of this level of resistance and pulling back. I can draw a trend line. We are definitely trending lower. We're definitely trending lower. And again, this is a lot that has to deal with inflation information. Glenn, I have a question. This is out of line. Please ignore. Apologize in advance. Are we going on a ABCD pattern? I don't know what ABCD pattern is, so I won't be able to answer that, Akshaya. I don't know, and I don't want to know what an ABCD pattern is. I got enough stuff to look at when it comes down to monitoring what's going on in the market. I don't want to add too much more to the repertoire because I don't, me, Akshaya, I like to be very simple. And the more difficult I make things, the more difficult it is to explain things. I will look at, MCK, that's McKesson. That's not this. I'm looking at Merck today. I was Roaring Kitty. GME is on, that's one of my stories today, looking at GME, because Roaring Kitty talked about how much money he had in GME, and everybody in GME go, whoa, yeah, rock on, baby, yeah. And I'm sitting back going, no, don't touch that stock. But that's just me. That's just me. All right. So, you know me, I'm not a meme stock person. I'm not a crypto person. So I don't like either one of those. But if you're lucky enough to time the opportunity to get into GME and make some money, by all means, power to the people, baby. Power to the people. We can do it. I'm just not doing it, but we'll talk about it. All right. Talking about that, let's get into the news for today. Big story for me is oil. The OPEC meeting was this week. Oil inches lower as investors weigh up extended OPEC plus supply cuts. You know that Russia's part of OPEC plus, right? All right, so I'm just sitting back and I'm out of my USO. I got out of USO. I still like the price point of $90 for oil for the summer months. I made a mention last week in the live stream on Thursday that during the summer months, the U.S. uses about 3.5 million barrels a day because the demand is there. In this story, it talks about the demand is not there. The organization, Petroleum Exporting Countries and its allies, led by Russia, I don't know if it's led by Russia, known as OPEC Plus, currently reducing the output by a total of 5.86 million barrels per day. And I just said that during the summer months, the U.S. market uses about 3.5 million barrels per day. So that's going to put a crunch on oil. It's going to put a crunch on oil, which means I think that it should rise. I'm going to step back just a moment to let it level out after the meeting before I get back into USO. But I do have a price target on oil of $90 per barrel. Next story, Evercore. Nvidia and AMD are at it. Evercore, Nvidia stock split catalyst for higher volatility. Again, the stock split kicks in on November 7th. Evercore's team pointed out a similar past events also resulted in notable momentum shifts and higher volatility. One such extreme happened on August 31st of 2020 with Apple and the Tesla splits when a similarly strong NASDAQ 100 market-led rally. According to Evercore, the momentum shifts around the split effective dates were substantial. So that goes back to the question Stacy asked me in regards to the effect of Nvidia. Again, I took my profits off the table. I'm going to wait until after the split before I get back in. All right. The result in late 2020 was increased downside market volatility and a rotation of leadership from NDX growth to small cap stocks, Evercore analysts noted. So we'll take a look. Solar is the new oil, Mr. Glenn. Ooh, you know, I like solar, but I don't like solar because the problem is a lot of the panels come from China. All right. And then we put a whole bunch of tariffs on that and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I do like solar as an alternative to electricity. From that perspective, I'm weighing my options. I'm watching the solar. I do like First Solar as a stock. I put the story out a while ago in the last couple of weeks about First Solar and that I like that play and it's been moving up. It's definitely moving up. I do like CrowdStrike as well, Pennywise. Next story, Nvidia. So much more than GPUs after the next gen chip announcement. So they're putting out a new chip. Nvidia's latest announcement at the Computex in Taiwan have further proved the chip maker is so much more than GPUs. That's their biggest thing. Nvidia has always been about the GPUs. All right. Wells Fargo analysts believe that the Spectrum X Ethernet platform is particularly noteworthy for its ability to support 512 radix, blah, 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 blah. Nvidia emphasized the Spectrum X will move to an annual cadence. All right. And this is the next one. Meanwhile, all right, outside of the chips, the newly revealed Rubin platform expected in 2026 will include cutting-edge components such as the NVLink V6 switch, Vera CPUs, and CX9 Super NIC. The Rubin GPU, again on GPUs, will feature an 8, I don't know what that is, HBM4, while the Rubin Ultra will come with a 12 HBM4 chips. So now NVIDIA is just taking this whole space to another level, all right? And just not only the chips, but the GPUs and next whole HBM is memory, I think. Thank you, Pennywise. I think nuclear is more like oil. Lee, I'm with you sort of kind of with you on that. I've done a couple of stories talking about nuclear. I think that this whole new platform is going to, I mean, I don't know what else NVIDIA needs to do to keep going up and up and up and up. It's just going to do it. So I like the news on this whole new Rubin platform. Another NVIDIA story, new AI chips months after latest launches, market competition heats up. Well, what's heating up? AMD launches a new AI chips to take on the leader, NVIDIA. So Ryan did a couple of shorts this morning looking at this idea, AMD versus NVIDIA. I think NVIDIA is way ahead of AMD, but AMD is no slouch. If you look at that, I think between Ryan and I, we've done videos where we compared NVIDIA to AMD, but NVIDIA is just such much more of a leader, and they've got their hands in so much when it comes down to AI that I think you can't go wrong with NVIDIA, but AMD is not a slouch either. All right, next, and it's still in the chip space, ASML, Belgium IMEC Open Laboratory to test newest chip-making tool. So, oh, crap, sorry, Joey. Go ahead. ASML is in Arizona. Janet and I have a kid that works for them. And my son works one of the lithograph machines that builds these chips. Right now, they're coming out. Hopefully, I think it's in the news that they're coming out with a 1 nanometer. Again, the smaller the smaller the chip, the better. So a newest chip making tool, which is going to be huge. You know, when you look at ASML, the biggest maker of equipment. So you got to have, in order to have the chips, you got to be able to build the chips. ASML is a leader in that space, maker of equipment used to manufacture semiconductors. Said Monday it has opened a test laboratory for its high NA EUV lithography equipment together with Belgium chip research firm IMEC. So ASML is cutting edge, ahead of the curve as far as everybody who wants the AI chips got to come from ASML. I hear you, Lou. It is way overvalued, but you know why? Because people are willing, because people know what I'm telling you. And people, because they know what I'm telling you, the price is going higher. More and more people are investing in it. I hear you that it's overvalued, but right now, at this point in time, in the space, people want to get on board with the movement of the price, driving the price higher. And yes, it is overvalued. All right. So if you're not in the field of wanting to get into overvalued stocks, then you back off. All right, then you back off. But people know something, and I'm trying to make sure that you know what they know. All right, what's moving these stock prices higher? Did Akshay ask a question? I don't even know. Deborah says, switching from one unit to another type like a... Okay, I'm just looking at the chat. AMD is a slow burn, will be good long term. I do like them. All right, standard deviation rules say ASML will come back. We're going to take a look at that. It's in my list today. Here's the GameStop story. GameStop climbs, and right now, what is it trading at? It's up 33%. All right, it's up 33%, followed by AMC, which is up 13.5%. Robinhood is up 2.31%. But big move because Roaring Kitty says he's got a $116 million bet on Reddit post. And everybody's going, yay, Roaring Kitty's back, meow. Where's meow? Where's Kiwi meow? All right, Kiwi, I gotta say Kiwi meow. Palantir is a stock that I love, Lou. It's just a tough stock to play. Lou says Palantir is looking good. It's just a tough stock to play. I believe in Palantir and what they're doing. And with all of, there you go, there's Kiwi meow. Palantir keeps getting contract. They just got another contract. I forgot with who, but they just got another contract. We need a whispering bear. I don't know what a whispering bear is. All right. Thanks for GSL up 8%. Thank you, Jeff. Woo! We got us a super chat. Thank you so much for that, Jeff. Type of 1 in the room for Jeff. Everybody type of 1 in the room. Thank you very, very much for that. Again, folks, it is not a necessity to give a super chat, but if you do, I appreciate it. Jeff, you got to give me a stock that you want to look at. All right, when you give a super chat, I got to make sure that I give you a stock that you want. So, Jeff, give me a stock that you're looking for. Joey, look out for that stock for me. Give me, so thank you for that. Project Maven, no. Project Maven is a deal. I don't know if that's what it was. Jeff, ADMA, you want ADMA. ADMA, you got it. No matter how many stocks we look at, anybody got a super chat in there, I make sure I look at your stock. All right, so I'm not a big fan of the meme stocks, but nonetheless, GameStop's going up. We'll take a look at it. But then here's another story. GME short sellers may be forced to close their positions. I don't know how that's going to work out. Buying pressures during GameStop rally may force short sellers to give up their positions to stop losing money. I think that the people who are putting the money behind this, the hedge funds, all the big money, I think they can stand to lose some money if overall they think they're going to win. I don't know. I don't know. Short selling has taken over 1 billion losses today. That's a lot of money. All right, this movement started after investor Keith Gill, known for his Roaring Kitty social media username, said he had more than 5 million shares of the stock, the second largest holder after Ryan Cohen and the 5th largest shareholder overall. All right, so we got one side that says Roaring Kitty's in it with a lot of money, and the other side says because of that move, that short money is going to have to close out of their short positions. So we'll see. Short squeeze probably happening. I don't disagree with that. GameStop back down, when to buy. We'll take a look at it. I'm not buying it ever. I'm just not. Because I don't want to be a bag holder. I don't think I want to be a bag holder. All right, let's go. Now, interesting. I did a pool party this weekend for one of our employees, which was fun. And my Mac crashed twice. But things like Spotify and Tidal, I can stream via Bluetooth to a speaker while stuff is going on with my computer. Interestingly enough, I said to my wife, I said, wife, I need to get a computer. She said, then go get one. I said, okay. So I'm in the market for a new Mac. I need a new Mac to run my stuff. So the reason why I even bring up this story is because while the Mac was down, I use services like Spotify or Tidal to be able to stream music to my Bluetooth speakers. So they had no idea that anything was going on with my computer. But when Spotify is now going to raise its premium, I already pay for the premium, whether it's for the premium for Spotify or the Tidal. But people like myself, I think a lot of DJs in the industry have both Tidal and Spotify, and now they're going to raise up my costs. I don't know how I feel about it. But the problem is I need it. Mac Mini crashed. It wasn't a Mac Mini. Actually, I got a MacBook Pro. It's just an old Mac. It's a 2012. I think it's time for me to get into an M1 Mac anyway. Oh no, John, that's never going to happen. For any DJ, I just need you to understand, you go watch any DJ at a wedding or a party or whatever, I want you to tell me what kind of computers they're using. For the most part, they're using Macs. If they're using a PC, it's probably a gaming PC. But Macs are by far the industry standard for DJs. But again, the whole idea why I brought this up is because they're raising the price on Spotify, all right, in order to get the non-commercial versions. All right, so I'm going to take a look at that. Another story today, Merck. I hate this site. Merck and Moderna have a drug that they're working on. They positive results from phase 2 study evaluating mRNA in combination with Keytruda in patients with high-risk skin cancer was surgically removed. So I want to look at those two stocks, all right, Merck and Moderna. Skydance poised to announce the takeover of Paramount Global / NBC. Interesting. The deal is awaiting sign-off for the controller shareholder, Shari Redstone, and is expected to come, according to the report for CNBC's David Faber, on Monday. Under the proposed deal, Redstone will receive $2 billion for national amusements. According to Faber, Skydance will tender for 50% of B shares at $15 each, and the investors will contribute $1.5 billion in cash to Paramount's balance sheet. Interesting. Interesting. What does Tidal mean? No, it's Tidal, Tidal. Tidal. It's like a Spotify. And it was owned by Jay-Z. So it is an alternative to Spotify. It's Tidal. Thank you, Carol. It's Tidal. Tidal. Uncle Glenn, what's going on with SMCI and Dell? We'll take a look at those. And the last one is earnings this week. Not a lot. Not a lot. Five Below. I should have had five in there. Let's go take a look there. Let's go to the program. Let's go to the viewers. I should have had Five Below. Let's go look at earnings this week. I'm going to put 5 in there. I don't know why I didn't have it. Add symbols 5. All right. So I put the most prevalent ones into the list. 17, Ali is in there, Lululemon. So a couple of retail, another retail. CrowdStrike, I think prior to earnings, may be moving down. Let's go. What time we got? 12:27. Let's do this. Let's go look at the earnings graph that I've got on all of these. Wow. Ali looked good going into earnings. All right, earnings is not yet. Looks good going into earnings. Watch the falling relative safety. Earnings growth is flat. Earnings per share is going up. I like that earnings per share is going up, but I don't like that earnings growth is flat. All right, they're not growing their earnings, even though earnings is going higher. Sales growth is going up. Volume is up there as well. I think they may beat. It all depends on what's going on from a retail perspective if they beat revenues. Wow, Lululemon doesn't look so good. It doesn't look so Lulu. Woo, falling relative safety. I like the earnings growth. I like the earnings, but the sales growth, woo, I don't know. I'm looking at the last earnings. Since last earnings, look at the down pull. Ooh, I don't think that they're going to do so hot. That's just by the graph. Victoria's Secret, I know Victoria's Secret. It ain't a secret no more. But I do like the rise and breaking through a level of resistance. They faded the gap. After the last earnings, though, they are higher than the last earnings. It took a minute. But I'm going to go through these real quick. Woo, CrowdStrike, good. Googly muggly, baby. Ooh-wee. That ugly. UGLY, you ain't got no alibi. That's ugly. Good. Googly muggly. And I think that CrowdStrike is a strong player in the cybersecurity space, but something ain't going on. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. You got to have a JOB if you want to be with me. This ain't got no job. All right. I'm not feeling CrowdStrike going into earnings, but we got to see what the earnings report's going to say. DocuSign, I do like the rising earnings growth, relative safety. Something's not happening though. Where's the sales growth? Oh, it fell. I'm not feeling it. And it's a sell. One of the few times it got to be a sell recommendation. FCX, Travel T, any copper ETF, COPX. COPX. Akshaya says CrowdStrike is overvalued. You do understand, Akshaya, that many of the stocks in the market are overvalued? You know that, right? Because people are putting money into the market, driving stock prices higher for the big name stocks. You do know that many of the stocks in the market, all right, many of the stocks in the market are overvalued. All right, Five Below. I do like the bounce off support. I don't like the relative safety, but I do. Look at the earnings per share, just wiggly. Again, another retail. I'm not sure. Hewlett Packard in a channel is channel range bound. Earnings growth, both lower than they were 3 months ago. Sales growth lower than it was. I'm not feeling that. JM Smuckers. Oh, that's where Cafe Bustelo came from, right, Joey? JM Smucker. I doubt that Cafe Bustelo is going to cover JM Smucker. Falling relative safety, earnings growth flat, falling earnings. That's people being able to buy stuff at stores. All right. If interest rates are affecting people, it's going to affect food, right? Many people may not be buying as much jelly or other products than they were 4 years ago, or just a year ago. CBP Campbell's Soup, man, a lot of these stocks don't look so pretty going into earnings. They really, really don't. Stitch Fix, a lot of selling pressure today. That's where J for peanut butter and jelly comes from. I know SJM has fairly decent dividend. You know something? I didn't look at the dividend. Where is it? SJ, do I have a dividend up here? The dividend is $4.24 on $111 stock. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. That's a damn good dividend. But you got to make sure that does the dividend outweigh the price decline? If it doesn't, then it's not a win-win situation. Normally, if I'm going to take a dividend, it's a good dividend. It's got to outweigh the price decline. Stitch Fix, Innovative. Wow, no. A lot of these stocks that are show dividends this week. Don't look. Thor Industries, I do like as a summer pick because more and more people will be looking to get into RVs, but it doesn't look like RVs. Look at the last earnings. From the last earnings, it's lower than, I don't know. Is this because of gas? Are people moving away from the RV? I don't know. Very interesting. Summertime is good for RV sales, is good for motorcycle sales. Probably need to look at Harley Davidson too, but man, I'm not feeling this going into the summer months. Normally it would pick up in the summer months. Maybe not this year. Neo got earnings this week. You know, EVs are having a hard time. A lot of cars, a lot of EVs are sitting on lots. I think Neo is going to be an interesting play. High relative safety, higher earnings growth, which means they're making money. Where's the sales growth? They're not selling nearly as many cars to substantiate the earnings growth or the earnings per share. I'd be very careful with Neo. Probably Ryan or I will do a video because they come out with earnings Thursday before the bell. Ryan most likely may do a video on Neo's earnings prior to Thursday. Dollar Tree, man, even Dollar Tree is getting hurt. When you got a store called Dollar Tree and it's getting beat up in this market, people ain't trying to spend a dollar. Recession is when customers go on strike. And I don't think customers are ready to go on strike yet. Not yet. I think that you look at personal consumer expenditures, people are still spending money. Overall, Sherilyn, I don't think that, and you're right, you want prices to go down, people will stop buying, causing prices to go down. Steve Chappell and I had that conversation last week. That's when that happens. When people are saying enough is enough, they'll stop buying stuff. That hasn't happened totally yet. Not totally. All right. So when that happens, companies are going to have to start lowering prices. And what do they do to offset that? They cut more staff. All right. That's when layoffs get hot and heavy, super hot and heavy, because if they've got to lower prices, they got to cut costs. All right, they're already doing the cutting of costs. Even though prices are going higher, they're still cutting costs because they are not reaching the levels that they think that they should reach, and that's why they're cutting costs. Why are you saying people are still spending money? Because look at the reports. All right, people still are spending money. Every time we talk about this, Amir, I talk about the economy is still stronger than what the Fed would like. So when I answer that question, I'm still looking at the 30,000-foot picture. A lot of you are at a much lower level looking at yourself and other people. But when I look at the 30,000-foot level, people are still spending money. All right, people are still spending money. Enough so, Amir, that the Fed still is not close to cutting interest rates yet. All right, two more stocks. ChargePoint, this goes with the EV space, lower than the last earnings report, pulling down. Man, a lot of these stocks coming out with earnings this week is Big Lots and other retail, a lot of retail coming out. People are still spending, but they're building credit card debt. That's the other side of it. Absolutely, Ramor. People are spending money. And they are putting it on their credit cards. That still hasn't come to the forefront yet. Credit card debt is increasing. It's one of my market. It is definitely one of my market bubbles. I've talked about those five: oil, banks, credit cards, commercial real estate, and the China economy. Those are my bubbles in the market. They'll affect the market adversely. All right. So those are the earnings that are coming up. A lot of those earnings plays don't look so good. Let's go back to the big news stocks, the stocks that made the news. All right. Nvidia, NVDL, even it's still going gangbusters. And again, Akshaya, to go back to your statement, these are companies that people know, right? For the most part, they're all overvalued. Look at this. They're all overvalued. So when I sit back and I say that the majority, a lot of stocks, I'm not going to even say majority, a lot of the stocks that are in the market are overvalued because of the news behind them, because of the space that they're in. They're dropping a lot of money behind these stocks. Driving the stock's price higher. Now, I can look at this and I can tell you if it's something called a Glamour stock that is way overvalued but still worth your investment, when I can look at Nvidia, overvalued, but an RV above 1. That's what I call a Glamour stock. And if I'm going to look at an overvalued stock, let's go look at Moderna. Overvalued. Is it a Glamour stock? No. This stock may be overvalued, but doesn't have good upside potential. Whereas Nvidia, which is way overvalued, but has good upside potential. Oh, by the way, what was my price target on Nvidia when I did my latest Nvidia video? Type it in the room. What was my price target on Nvidia when I did my latest Nvidia video? Type it in the room. All right, let's go look at AMD. Overvalued, but this is a glamour stock because it's got a relative value above 1. So Akshaya, I am going to look at some of the overvalued stocks. If they have RVs above 1, I'm still going to be okay with that. And there you go. 1100 was my latest price target on Nvidia. And look at that, 1130. Anybody remember what my target price was on Apple? Anybody remember what my target price was on Apple? Type it in the room. Let's go take a look at it. Anybody, not the percentage. What was the price? What was the price that was on Apple? Anybody remember what my price was? 220. Yep, 220. Where's it at? Man, this is going to be a harder one to hit. Sitting at 193. I still have a price target on it though of 220. Why y'all adding all kind of numbers? 230, 250, 210. It was 220. Goodness gracious. It was 220. We'll see if that hits though. But Nvidia hit twice. The first Nvidia video that I did prior earnings was that it was going to go up 30% or more, and it did. It went up 40%. And then my last one was that it was going to go up 16%, and it did. That's twice. This is why I say to those people who are not subscribers to the channel, hit the subscribe button. All right, hit the subscribe button. All right, let's go. Let me give you some fish. MPI one day. MPI one day. By the way, if you watched on our channel this week, we had the International User Group. And Stan, as always, does a great job with the MPI, and he did some twists to it. So, MPI, I do love that as well. Do I like the star search? Put them both together. In my opinion, you've got two great techniques to find stocks. So MPI one day cross. I'm looking at ESOA. Let's go look at these stocks real quick. Right click, view the stock graph. Let's go put them onto the MPI. Since let's put this in a 3-month graph. Put this graph layout. Look at the MPI. Let's go take a look at them. Wow, look at that. Nice trough on RT. Big move. Very, wick at the top, but the body's much bigger. I like the play. It's up big today, though. It's up big today. And it did break through the downtrend. I do like the play. Let's go to the next one. BYDDY. I don't like the gappiness in this, but it is high on a 3-month basis from the bottom left to the top right, but a lot of gapiosity going on. Here's another low trough. The RT crossed today. Next one, CMTG, Claros Mortgage. Early entry, no trend, but I got trigger. I keep my eyes on that. I'm not ready to pull the trigger on that yet. Kodak, Eastman Kodak, a little bit of a sideways move, but it did break through this 3-month level of resistance. It's testing it as a level of support right now. I do like the crossover. I'd keep my eye on it. And the last stock in the list is VTRS. It crossed. I got no trend. I'd keep my eye on this. I definitely would keep my eye on this. All right. Then I got the MPI Enhance. Notice that both of these say speculative. These are speculative fish. All right. ESOA is still in this one again. Robinhood is in this list, up a little bit. Mizuno, Financial up today, and Gap GPS up as well. I wouldn't take the ones that are moving down, but notice that all of them have RTs above 1, CIs above 1, and they are all buy recommendations. I'll come back to the weekly picks in a second. I got my picks for you this week. I always look at good, solid stocks when I give you my picks, but I only had 3. Given the market's condition, there was only 3 that I could find. Meta is the only one that's going up. T-Mobile's in here. Modine's in here. Both of them are moving down. Notice that these are all fundamentally sound stocks. VST's above 1. CI's above 1. But let the market come to us first. Low dollar portfolio stocks. I didn't put anything in there. Live stream portfolios. Let's go to some of my portfolios, see what's going on. I am running a portfolio of just looking at Star Search. Just looking at Star Search on its own. No ifs, ands, or buts. Started on 425. It's up 13%. Just looking at stocks that met the criteria for Star Search. I do have stops on these. ATR 2 times. I think that gives these stocks a lot of room, but 5 stocks, look at that. 4 of them we got into today. 4 of them we got into today. But it's up nicely today. A lot of that is GPCR. Nice move on that stock today. Nice move on that stock today. Gotta love it. What else is in here? Top 5 weekly picks. I won't show that because I'm going to put more stocks in there tonight. You got to watch to see what they are. Multi-bagger. My multi-bagger plays, let me see, 23%. Again, for those people who want to see these stocks before they get to these gains, you got to subscribe to the channel. Watch the videos as we put them out. But I got a stock coming up on 2 bags. I got 1 stock coming up on 1 bag, and then I got some stocks with some room to go. Multi-bagger 2, which was a little twist. I got 1 stock in here that's pushing 1 bag, and then the other ones are coming along. But look at the equity curve starting from 122 up until right now. I think that's all that I want to look at right now. Let's go to the viewers. Let's go look at weekly picks. How many likes do we have, Joey? Today we're going to be working off of likes, but I got Jeff's pick because he gave us the super chat. Joey's not even here. Because he gave us the super chat, I'm going to look at his stocks. We only got 64 likes. So I'll give you 7 stocks. I'll give you 7 stocks starting from right now. All right. ADME was in your multi-bagger list. Thank you, VectorVest. You're welcome, Jeff. Thank you again for the super chat. 1, 2. We already looked at Lululemon. 3, 4. We already looked at Spotify. We already looked at Hood. 6, 7. We talked about AMD. 8. Lululemon, nope. JPM, 9. What's the letters for titanium? I am titanium. I don't know. Let's go see. Titanium is there. Can anybody give me an ETF for titanium? Somebody wanted to look at an ETF for copper, so I put Copex in there. Please, yeah. Anyway, well, now we got 85. So it gives me, we got 9 stocks. So there we go. We got 9 stocks. I gave you more than what you gave me. 85, which is 8 stocks, but I gave you 9. So we got 9 stocks right there. We got 9 stocks right there. All right. Man, no sell recommendations in here. What's moving? A Novavax moving up nicely, just like Moderna along with Merck. Let's go look to see what news came out there. Let's go see what news. 19%. 4 days ago, 11 days ago. I got no new news on it. Let's go here. Research. This is my spot. NVAX. Let's go find out. So, wow, I got nothing. New COVID flirt, blah, blah, blah. I understand that, but I got nothing. I feel like Whitney Houston. I got nothing. Nothing. I'm going to try another spot real quick. NVAX. Doesn't give me a lot. I don't know why I even select this site. I got no news. 24. I got nothing. I got nothing. I got nothing. I don't know why it's up today. I don't know why it's up today. I looked at several different sites. I don't know why it's up today. All right, what else is up? Hood and SunPower. Notice that more stocks that you gave me today are more down than up today. Interesting. Let's graph these all real quick. All right, let's graph these all real quick. Put these on to the star search. And let's go take a look. Quick search for titanium brings these ETFs. Thank you. As a matter of fact, hold on. I'm going to put these over here. Thank you, Janice. FTRI, comma, PICK. Damn. Really? XME, comma, remix. All right. Let me close out of that. And let's graph all of these. All right, so I added those. Thank you, Janice. That's why she's awesome. Novavax. Interesting. Broke out of the pinch. This 3-month graph. Went up, moved sideways. I don't know what the news is, but it's back in the fast lane. I would keep my eye on this. Very little wick at the top, which means it's not a profit-taking play. I don't know what the news is, though. SunPower in the fast lane now, right now. Wow. Remember, I always tell you, when you look at these stocks that break through the top Bollinger Band, what do? They regress back to the mean. That's what it did. It's closing right now in the middle lane. I wouldn't touch it yet. If I'm in it, though, you need to have a hard line in the sand. I'm going to give you a hard line in the sand right here. The prior day's low. So hard line in the sand on SunPower is $3.15. If it falls below that, I would consider getting out of the trade. All right, next one. Wow, Hood in the fast lane. If you're in it, leave it alone. It's not in the middle lane right now. It's interesting, right? In the fast lane, if you're in it, I know it's pulling back today from the open, but it's still in the fast lane. Leave it alone. Let me give you a hard line in the sand. Prior day's low. I'd look, if it got below 20.07, I'd get out of the trade. All right, I'd get out of the trade. All right, but right now, leave it alone. Next one, Katos. Defense, I do like this space. A little bit of a pullback. It's holding its own right now. It's holding its own, still in the fast lane. Let me give you a hard line in the sand. I'm going to use this swing pullback. I'm going to give you a price of 21.16. 21.16, which will put it in the middle lane, but based on price action after it was in the fast lane all this time, a lot of selling pressure right there. Shooting star follow through, but still stayed in the fast lane. If you're in it, leave it alone. If you're not, if you are in it, leave it alone. There's your stop price. If you're not in it, of course, I'm never going to buy on a down day. Joey, what is missing? Joey? Sigh. Something got close. Huh? Oh, where's it at? Oh, is that it? That's not it. Oh. Did I do that? Did I do that?
Yeah.
Hold on. You can go back to it. Sorry about that. I don't know what I did. That's for you. All right. Let me go to my next graph first while you're doing that. All right. XME. Oh, that's for, what do we call that for? What? Titanium? I am titanium. I'm not feeling that. I'm looking at the move on the stock right now with today's activity. Looks like it's going to close in the middle lane. I'd leave it alone. I wouldn't touch it just quite right yet. All right, let's go to the next stock. Next stock is, wow, that's on titanium too? Yeah, no. That probably rare earth. I like that. Thank you for that, Janice. For rare earth, we all know it's a problem because China's got a lot of that rare earth stuff, right? Thank you, Uncle Glenn. I will miss you all tomorrow. We need to do something on Tuesday. I know. We'll see what happens with that. All right. I don't like that one. FTRI, I'm not feeling that one either. It's in the middle lane. I do. You know what I do like about this one, though? I like the move. Bottom left, top right. It's just in the middle lane. I don't know if I would touch it right now. I'd like to see it in the fast lane. Same thing with copper. Copper's a great commodity. I think it's going up. But right now, and it is from the bottom left to the top right, not the right time. Not the right time. In the middle lane. It gapped down into the middle lane and is there. The middle lane is serving as a beautiful level of channel. All right, so titanium is a little soft. Why banks going down that much today? I don't know. There's nothing that I saw in regards to banks to make me give you an answer. These are all titanium stocks I'm not feeling. JP Morgan. Talking about big banks, Stephanie. I don't know. No, let's go see if I got news. Is it going to take me? There it is. Let me move this over here. It's down 1.5% today. Any news? JP Morgan Payments Chief, that name, to leave. Oh. Is that what it is? He's leaving and everybody's going, oh. JP Morgan Asset Manager hires Cheyenne Hussein as head of U.S. investment. So it's a lot, it looks like some internal stuff, internal moves. That's what it looks like. We'll see. All right. That's on JP Morgan. Wow, oil. Again, I'm out of it. I told you that I got out of it. I think this is jacked up. I'm not getting into that. But OPEC already said that they're going to continue to cut. Oil's down bigly. I don't know where we picked up any extra oil. All right. And this doesn't make sense to me. All right. The demand is coming. This is the summer months. OPEC's cutting. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. Nonetheless, I got out of my USO play. Notice that, look at that. It broke through its outside Bollinger Band, which means it's most likely going to regress back to the mean quick. It's the first day of the month. Should we be worried, Mr. Glenn? Again, tonight's video is going to talk a little bit about it when I make my top picks for the month and the week. I'm definitely going to spend a little bit more time on market timing this evening for the video. All right, let's go to the next stock. Man, Dell, not so pretty. Not so pretty. In the middle lane. Hold on a second. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Live. You can't stop that from happening live. Sorry about that. But I didn't sneeze into the mic. All right. Dell, loved the move until this was this an earnings play? Ooh, it was earnings. Look at that. I love the move. Prior to that, what did you say? What?
Oh, sorry. Just cleared my throat.
What, did you just sneeze? You didn't sneeze. Why you did that? Thank you, Jeff. Do you think QQQ is weakening? Akshay, I think if the market is weakening, QQQ is weakening. I'm going to talk a lot about that in tonight's 6 p.m. video when I talk about my top picks for the week and the month. Almanac shows the first day of June, the Dow is up 20 out of the last 35. Yep, I talked about that. Last week. 28 out of the last 36. But down 4 out of the last 5 from 2008 to 2012. All right, Dell, evidently earnings wasn't so good on it at all. It's in the middle lane. I wouldn't still be in it, or I'd have half off the table. Zim, after earnings, they did beat. But right now, look at that shooting star and now broke into the middle lane. If you're in it, today's a good day to take half off the table, if not all, if the market continues to move lower. All right. I think I did everything I needed to do. I'm 5 minutes early. Holy smokes. Joey, have I ever been 5 minutes early?
Never to anything.
Wow. You may be giving us fish, but why would anyone be buying stocks today? Richard, I didn't tell anybody to buy anything today. I am going to spend, like I said, Richard, a lot of time in tonight's video talking about what's going on in the market. I'm still going to give some bullish picks for both the week and the month, but I'm also going to show you how to hedge if the markets continue to move down. So, Richard, let's talk about that a little bit. Going back to the homepage, even though we've got 3 red lights today, a couple of days ago we had 3 red lights. What's the predominant color? What's the predominant color in the color guard? Yellow. What does that tell me? If nothing else, I should still be tightening my stops. Even though we got the confirmed down call, do I Katie bar the door and I just start selling short? No. And again, I will talk a lot about that. If you really want to know what's going on in the market, how to play this market in some picks to go into the week and into the current month, make sure you watch the 6 p.m. video tonight. All right, make sure you watch the 6 p.m. video tonight. What am I looking for? I'm looking for that. There we go. Man, I'm getting some people subscribing to the channel, which I love. Thank you guys for that. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. I mean, that's important for us to help our channel to grow. And, you know, between Ryan and I, we strive very hard to give great insight as to what's going on. We don't want VV Nation to panic. A lot of people out there on the YouTube channel will have you panicking. Talking heads on TV will have you panicking. I don't want you to be panicking. I want you to be prepared. There's a difference between the two. All right, so make sure you check out tonight's 6 p.m. video. We will go a little deeper into market timing to get you prepared for the week and the month to come. We've got a lot of reports coming out for the week, for the month as well. I don't think we've got a Fed meeting. Can anybody confirm? I don't think we have a Fed meeting this month. Probably coming up in July. I'm checking Wednesdays. So we're in July. Summer rally. 17th, week after. Wow. When is the next freaking Fed meeting? Anybody? I don't know. I'll find it out. Isn't it the 12th? The 12th of this month? Is it the 12th of this month? It's not in the almanac. It's interesting. It's not in my almanac. You look at the 12th, right? It would be in my almanac. See that? June 12th? Interesting. I think the book messed up. All right, we'll see. So if that's the case, I think the market may be a little tepid coming into the meeting. We'll see. It's interesting that it's not in the book. I've not seen that happen. Please take your person that just made a comment about you maybe giving us fish, but why would anybody be buying the icon and her information on the screen? What are you talking about, Deborah? I'm not sure what you're asking me. OPEC will regret what they did to oil. Listen, they're the ones, they got the oil. We got more oil than they got. That's another story for another situation. I think, by the way, just to let you know, Ray, my boss, just came to me. He said to me, how would you like to do a stock analysis hour someday next week? So I don't know if we're talking about it yet, but I'm getting you prepared where I may just do an hour of looking at your stocks. I may just be doing an hour of looking at your stocks. Just it. So we'll see how that works out and when that'll happen. If that'll happen. I'm just preliminarily letting you know. That would be good. And that way, I can look at all your stocks for a whole hour. Crowd will give us a heartbeat on the cybersecurity space. Ramor, I agree with that. Maybe it should be on Tuesday because I don't have a live stream on Tuesday. Maybe I'll talk to him that if they do it, that maybe we'll do it on a Tuesday. Maybe we'll do that. What would be helpful is some forecasting. You know me, Akshaya. All I can do is give you what the software will give me. All right, you know me. All right, with that being said, folks, actually, I might have something that I might be able to add to that. With that, I got to go. All right, you guys have a great day. Make sure you check out today's 6 p.m. video. Also, check out Ryan's shorts that he put out today. Again, insight on what's going on with AMD, Nvidia, and the whole 9 yards. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Odabu, bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks, see ya.